Hi there, welcome back. So I see people start podcasts and stop them all the time. It really frustrates me because I know the life-changing and business-changing impact that a podcast, when it's well put together, can have. So if you've been thinking about starting a podcast and you're trying to work out how can I get the most out of this, or if you are a podcaster and you're frustrated, here are a few things that I think will help you put the ROI in from day one rather than waiting years to see the benefit. Because let's be honest, a podcast, and everyone will tell you this, it is a long game. But if you design your podcast right, you can see the benefits from the very first episode. So the first thing I would recommend is building in what I would call authority by association, and make that quite intentional. Now, I'm talking specifically in the business-to-business podcast sense. So if you're a true crime podcaster, we need a different conversation. But if you're a business-to-business podcaster, building in authority by association, being seen regularly hanging out with influential thought leaders, people who've done amazing things. If people regularly see you hanging out with fancy people, they start to put you in the fancy box too. And that can happen very, very quickly. It does aggregate powerfully over time. But people see you once, twice, 3 times hanging out with people that they recognize as doing amazing things. They start to see you as doing amazing things too. And that has lots of knock-on consequences when you're pitching for business, when you're looking for all kinds of opportunity, people putting you forward and referring you more easily. Secondly is sales conversations. A lot of people, when they design their podcast guesting portfolio, they design it with, yes, influential people, yes, authors, yes, creators, but design your guest portfolio with a proportion of potential A-list clients, real stretch goal clients. Because here's the thing, if you, in an interview, and these people need to be good guests too, but in an interview, if you spend 25, 45 minutes or an hour making these people shine, really asking the questions that make them look smart, at the end of the interview, they're going to feel fantastic about you. They're going to say, hey Bob, that was awesome. How can I help you? Well, I'm glad you asked. I have these products and I have these services. I'd love your feedback on them. Would you have a moment for me to show you? Of course. That's very likely if they have a need to pivot into a sales conversation when the time is right. Repeat that often enough and very quickly you have lots of opportunities that you didn't have before. It's often said in sales, if you want more sales, you need more conversations. And a podcast gives you a license to have as many conversations, slipping right past any perceived gatekeepers that you might normally experience very, very easily. Finally, the third very quick win is what I would call your Dream 100. Who are 100 people who, if you knew them and they knew you and you were kind of friends, it could change your life? Add those people to your guest portfolio as well. Mentors, role models, people who have done incredible things that you want to learn from. People with large audiences, people with conferences, people who encounter tremendous opportunity on a regular basis and can help you access that too. Building that into your podcast guesting strategy intentionally can be very powerful, very, very quickly. A lot of the time people will go for the low-hanging fruit. They'll go for friends, family. They won't stretch themselves on a podcast guest because they don't understand the power that a podcast has to drive game-changing relationships. So I hope that helps. Like I said, I see podcasts start and fade very quickly. It makes me sad. If you design your podcast from day one to drive opportunity, you will thrive. So my name is Bob Gentle. I make content about personal branding, personal brand business, personal brand monetization. If that's interesting to you, consider subscribing to this channel and also hit the bell. That way YouTube will tell you when I create new content. And also like this video. And if you have questions or you just want to rage at me, leave a comment. I would be delighted to hear from you. Thanks for watching and I will see you next time.